I get a lot of questions about what paint and varnish stripper I use, so I thought I would make a quick video and show you how I like to apply it. So this is Polystrippa. It is a gel-based stripper and it's available from Bunnings in Australia, and I like to apply it on a surface that is upright. So this is actually the side of my buffet. So I have propped my piece up and I'm working in sections. So this is my first section. I like to apply to the corners first, and then I go back and pour more product on so that I can get a nice, even, thick layer over the piece so that it doesn't dry out. If you brush this product out too much, it dries out and then it makes it too hard to remove later. And I think this is where a lot of people run into trouble. They're not actually applying enough of the product. So you can see here that I've flipped my piece down now and that product is running off. So this is what you want to see. This means that your application was thick enough that the product didn't actually dry out. So I've got 2 plastic scrapers. I work from the top to the bottom and I just take that product off. Now make old towels your friend, pick some up from Vinnie's and just have one underneath to catch any of the drips. You want to make sure that you are removing as much product before you get water on, otherwise it kind of turns to this weird jelly mess. Now Polystrippa is water cleanup, so I use normal detergent, make sure I've got my glasses on and my gloves, and I get scrubbing. Now you can see that I still have lines where I have scraped, but what you need to do with Polystrippa is get water on it and really start scrubbing, because a lot of what product is left on there from you scraping will come off in these steps. So really get in there, start scrubbing down, and then wipe it off with a cloth, and then you can go in again. So I like to use lots of different tools to get into all of the little nooks and crannies. You can use scrapers, you could use screwdrivers, like a flat nose screwdriver, to get into all of those little, places. But I've got a little metal spatula here and I'm just going through those edges, around the little corners and getting the product off. So you can see after all of that scrubbing and getting the residue off, there is still product there. So keep going back in with your scraper until you are getting nothing. Now you do want to make sure that you're always following the grain of the timber. This is actually quarter sawn timber, so it's a little bit tricky, but normally you run up and down rather than side to side. So you can see I'm going up and then I'm coming back down and putting a little bit of pressure onto the spatula, and look at that product still coming off. So when you can see these lines, see how there's sort of like little gaps? It means that you can keep scraping. So just keep on going in. And just think about it, the more residue that you can get off now, the better your sanding time is going to be in the end. Your last step in the process is to wet everything down with some clean water, get rid of any of those suds, let it completely dry, and you are ready for sanding.